Hi guys, Lookfuck here, and welcome to another FIFA 20 player review today, guys. And we're going to be taking a look now at Kyle Walker of Manchester City. I seem to have packed a lot of awesome Manchester City players at the start of this FIFA. I swear to God, I'm not a Man City fan, I'm far from that. But yeah, we packed some pretty sick Man City players, so I'm definitely going to be reviewing them. So this is going to be the second review of today, guys. I'm hopefully also going to get a review of Pukki's SBC card up later tonight, and then tomorrow we'll do like Rodri, Rashford, maybe David Alaba, stuff like that. Maybe even my first icon tomorrow, who knows? But yeah, we're going to focus on Kyle Walker, another card that I did pack, currently going for just over 50,000 coins, currently on the Xbox market, which, listen, it's a lot for a fullback, but at the same time, you are getting the best fullback in the Premier League. In my personal opinion, I'd say the only other fullback off the bat from a right back position that's actually maybe that could really rival Kyle Walker for me anyway is probably that informed Aurier. But if you compare the two cards, Kyle Walker on the whole is a more better card defensively wise, pace wise and stuff. But Aurier is still a decent option if you haven't got quite as many coins as maybe what Kyle Walker goes for. But in the 4 games that I played with Kyle Walker, he didn't get any goals or any assists. He also does have a 2-star big foot as well as 2-star skill moves. Moving along into his in-game stats, his main standout stats are going to be his 94 sprint speed, 84 stand tackle, 83 slide tackle, and finally his 86 shot power. And as the same with Kevin De Bruyne, I also had the basic counts that applied to him purely because I'm still trying to get used to the game, and I'm guessing I'll put something maybe like an anchor cam still onto him, or maybe a backbone. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, the basic cam that remains in him for the moment. So I recommend you buy this card. I think if you've got the coins now, yes, it's not the most critical position on the pitch. You know, I would always recommend when you're starting off in FIFA, you look to spend most of your coins either on central defenders, attacker midfielders, attackers in terms of strikers or wingers. I'd say the fullbacks genuinely on the whole are some of the more less important positions. Don't get me wrong, they still obviously play a part of the team. They're still important to an extent, but they're maybe not quite as important as like some of the other more kind of focal points to a team. Having said that, this Kyle Walker is a top card. He can tackle well. He can attack well as well. He's a really good flexible fullback, which I really enjoyed. And although I've got Aurier in the club as well, I might review Aurier as well over the weekend, but I just can't see him being quite as good as this Walker card. There's a reason why he's so much for a fullback. It's because he's the best that there is, apart from the icons, of course, like Zambrotta, Zanetti. They're obviously going to be better cards, but Kyle Walker to the Premier League, he is out and out the best fullback. So for me, his first pro will be his tackling, fantastic. He's got really good stand tackles for a fullback. Again, 83 stand tackle, 84 stand tackle, 83 slide tackle. That's not a problem. They're really good stats for his fullback position. Yeah, you'll see in some of his games as well. He makes a lot of good interceptions as well. His slide tackles in game were very good. His stand tackles were very good as well. In particular, just really solid in general. I have to say, and how he'd intercept play as well I thought was very impressive. The amount of times he'd do that when I wasn't even controlling him, he'd just manually do it, which I thought was pretty awesome. But his second pro as well will be his pace, very quick fullback. 94 sprint speed as well. It's just absolutely insane. He can bomb down that right hand side. His stamina is pretty decent as well. He can backtrack relatively well as well because he does have the high defensive work rate, which is also pretty decent. But he almost kind of feels like a winger. Like, don't get me wrong, as a fullback, he does his defensive job very well. But when you're on the ball with him, he feels like a really decent right wing from the Premier League at the same time as well. He feels very confident. Obviously, his shooting isn't the best. I mean, he does have 86 shot power, which is pretty decent. But in terms of his other shooting stats, they're not great. But at the same time, he's more than capable of being able to go down that the right hand side into an attacking position as well, and also be effective in an attacking situation to make off little passes, start off attacks and stuff like that, but also be able to get back, make those crunching tackles, and be able to retain possession, get possession back, and stuff like that for your team as well, which I thought was very good. And then his final pro as well will be his passing. He didn't get any assists with him. Crossing as well seems to be a bit weird at the moment. I don't think crossing is going to be very good this year for some weird reason, because in every game that I've played, everyone's been terrible with heading, both me and the opposition that I'm playing against. So yeah, I think crossing's a bit useless at the moment at this stage of the game. But it's his ground passing, his through balls, and getting the play out. His long passing as well, I thought was pretty decent for a fullback. Just in all, a very solid fullback for me. The only problem that I've got with him is his high attacking work rate. Sometimes he kind of push up a little bit too much manually when I kind of want him to be backtrack a little bit, and as a result, Walcott was going to the right back position, and Walcott's defensive abilities aren't too bad, but at the same time, yeah, he just automatically go up when I didn't really want him to, which is a little bit frustrating. But at the same time, it's nothing terrible because he does also have a high defensive work rate, which is also pretty decent. But sometimes he will get slightly caught out, but he's so quick that you can manually backtrack him back and to be able to make good tackles and stuff like that. So on the whole, I do think he's a very good card. It's just a little bit of a shame that he's got that high attack can work with, but at the same time, it's still pretty decent because actually in an attacking situation, he can still be very, very useful in being able to pick off decent passes and stuff like that. But on the whole, I enjoyed him. I think he's a very good fullback, and I think if you got the coins and you're looking to buy him, I would recommend because I think he's a very, very solid, reliable fullback in the Premier League. But anyway, guys, that is going to finish this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.